Has hit the Mpumalanga province in the past 2 weeks. 15 people in the Hazyview area tested positive for the life-threatening disease. This merely a month after the Pan-African Malaria Conference was held in Durban, which addressed the elimination and control of the disease in Africa. Now, Ronnie Masilela from the health department in the province joins us in our Nelspuit studio. Good morning, Mr. Masilela. Thank you for joining us.
A very good morning to you and to the viewers at home.
Mr. Masilela, just tell us, do we have a crisis in the province and should the citizens be worried about the spread of malaria?
Firstly, no, we do not have a crisis in the province about malaria, and the citizens in the province should not at all be worried about the malaria. But what we are concerned about is the fact that there is an increase in the malaria cases since the beginning of this financial year. And that is a matter of high concern for us as the Mpumalanga Department of Health. And for that reason, what we are doing, we have strengthened and intensified our programs of visiting the households, especially in the areas where they are most affected. Here in the province, we're looking at Bushbuckridge municipality and Gomazi local municipality. So we've strengthened our interventions there to ensure that people know what to do, people do notice the symptoms of malaria, and so that they can quickly go to our clinics as soon as they detect some.
Do we have any idea, Mr. Masilela, what is behind the increase in malaria in this case, and is this something that you are worried about?
Yes, we are worried about the increase in the province of the malaria cases. Basically, on a yearly basis, since around September till March or so, we experience a number of cases. We record a number of cases in our hospitals and clinics of malaria. So, which is why, way before the time comes, we send our people to go to the dwelling structures to do spraying there. We go all out through the different media platforms, informing people about the symptoms of malaria and to ensure that people do not get into a risk of maybe dying because of malaria.
Now, the December holidays is just around the corner, Mr. Masilela. The people from Johannesburg will come down in droves to your neck of the woods. Should holiday makers, should they be worried firstly? And secondly, should they be thinking about taking precautions before they come down to Mpumalanga?
What we are saying to all the people, we are a tourist province in Mpumalanga, and most of the people, when they come, say for instance, coming from Joburg, passing Mpumalanga, going to Mozambique and other neighboring countries, what we are saying is the following. We want to ensure that, we want to assure people, our tourists and everyone, that Mpumalanga is safe and it is a province to visit, especially during this time. And we are just warning people to say that as soon as people should be protected, especially for malaria, should have what they need to have to protect themselves against malaria, especially when they go to the Nkomazi area and Bushbuckridge area. And as soon as they detect symptoms, early signs of malaria, we request them to immediately come to our facilities, not wait or delay.
Mr. Masilela, we're just looking at some pictures now of insecticides being used to protect people from malaria and kill larvae and so forth. I wanted to ask you about the insecticides that are being used in the province. Is there a chance that mosquitoes might becoming resistant to these kinds of pesticides and that maybe a new direction should be taken?
Though it was not clear, the question was not clear, but I think what you're asking is whether our interventions will work, or if they do not, they prove not to be working adequately, what is it that will do? Am I getting you correct?
Yes, what I'm actually asking is if the pesticides, the insecticides that are being used to control them, are the mosquitoes becoming resistant towards this?
No, they are not. What we have seen in some areas is that some people were not willing to allow the people who are spraying the dwelling structures to come in and do the spraying. And we are appealing to the communities to please assist us, allow us to come in and spray, give them the tips that we are giving them, educating them about the early signs and things like that. So if all of us can work together, allowing the people who are spraying and be able to listen to what we are saying with regards to the early signs and visit our clinics as early as they detect them. We are hopeful and positive, optimistic that we will end this, we will fight this and successfully win it.
Mr. Masilela, just tell us about the areas that were most affected there in Mpumalanga, and do these areas now declare or run the risk of being declared malaria zones?
Yes, the areas that are most affected here in Mpumalanga now are the Bushbuckridge Local Municipality and Gomazi Local Municipality. Though there's a few cases that are coming also from Bombela, which is here in Nelspuit. But what we are saying is our teams are down there doing everything they can so that we identify some of the areas or some of the dwelling structures that still have problems and make sure that people are assisted as early as possible. And our people are working around the clock to ensure that we reduce the number of reported cases from now going forward.
Thank you very much this morning, Mr. Masilela. That really put us in the light. There's a lot of concern about malaria in Mpumalanga, and as Mr. Ronnie Masilela said, you don't have to not travel down there. It is not a complete crisis, but they do advise us take the necessary precautions with you before you travel. Now moving